Hey guys, so what is Thrivehood, you might ask? Well, that's a good question. I'd say it's a relevant life roadmap for young men out there who want to thrive as they're maturing boldly into manhood. From the very serious to the silly, I chat about a wide variety of relatable topics that both challenge and motivate you to do what needs to be done now so you can become who you want to be later. I'm Tim Williams, and this is Thrivehood. Got anybody out there that either is getting ready to or has recently moved out on their own? Any young men? Yeah, well, I just want to say congratulations. You deserve some applause. Nice work getting out there, forging ahead, carving out a life for yourself. I think that's awesome. Well, here's a few tips as you are moving out on your own. First of all, make a budget. Put a budget together. We could get into the weeds on this, but here it is. Here it is. You ready? You need to have money left over after you have paid all of your expenses. That's what a budget is when you just drill down to it. Have more money left over after you've spent, saved, done everything you need to with your income. That's what a budget is. So make sure, either if you haven't gone out on your own yet or you just did, just make sure that you've got that squared away, okay? The next thing I would do is make sure you have a spare tire in your vehicle. If you don't, you need to go find one, get it put in there. Every 6 months, January and July, go air it up. It takes you, what? Not very much time. Just make sure it's aired up. You're on your own now, right? So if you get stuck somewhere, and especially if you've moved like across the country from mom and dad, mommy and daddy ain't there anymore. So you might need to change that spare, which goes without saying. You need to know how to change a tire. And if you don't, you need to figure that out. So all that works together as far as making sure that you have just basic transportation. And at the very least, change it so you can get to an area where someone can fix it, okay? I would also say keep your abode tidy, okay? I'm laughing because I know us guys, that's probably not on the priority list of living on our own. But man, come on, guys. We don't want roaches and ants and all this crap. You know, that's gross, man. That's not good. So keep it cleaned up, man. Throw stuff away, clean your dishes out. You don't want a big old mountain of dirty dishes in your sink for the last 4 days. Clean that stuff up. Throw away your pizza boxes. Regularly clean out, take the garbage out to the dumpster, right? Let's just keep it up. Make your bed, vacuum, just clean it up, man. I just think that's good for us. That's the right thing for us to do. I think actually having a clean home and a clean environment, and this is going to sound weird, but I think it also helps with looking at our life from a clean perspective. And I won't go into all that, but I really do. I think there's something tied to that. Learn to be self-reliant too. You're going to have to start figuring out how to set up dentist appointments, going to the doctor. You might have interactions on the phone with insurance companies. There might be something going on with your bill that you got double charged. You got to learn how to have those conversations. Some cases you might have to be firm, right? But you got to learn how to be self-reliant and manage all of those things. There could be situations that come up that you're going to have to figure out on your own. You're going to have to do that. That's part of growing up. That's adulting 101. So keep that in mind. Don't isolate yourself. When you get over to where you're living, I would as soon as possible meet your neighbors. Meet a couple of people. This isn't about making friends, although that's one of my tips. This is about just getting to know people. Person that lives next to you, across from you, above you, below you, wherever. I would try to take some time for a few minutes as you see them walking to their car, or you're walking to your car and you've seen them a number of times. Stop and say, hey, I live in 306. Where are you living? Oh, I'm 307. Oh, okay, across the street. That's cool. Or across the way there. What do you do? I work at such and such. Well, I'm here. All right, just build that relationship. You might need that person, all right? There may be a moment in time where you might need their help, whatever that might be. it would just be good to have somebody that you know that you can connect with. Explore the neighborhood. Again, if you're not familiar with that area, where's the grocery store? Where's the dentist office? Where do I go clean my car? Where do I get the oil changed? Right? All of these different areas, where the restaurants at, all, hangout places, all this kind of stuff, the Starbucks, whatever it is you're into. Just get familiar with the area and understand it. And I think that would be good for you as well. As I mentioned earlier, just briefly touched on it, I would try to make a friend. See if there's someone there, for whatever purposes that you've moved to where you are, whether that's school or a job opportunity, whatever the case is, I would try to find somebody and develop a friendship. You don't want it forced, okay, but you want it to happen naturally. But just keep your antennas up, if you will. Just be aware. Maybe this guy or this person, whether that's, like I said, work or at school, or maybe at church, or maybe there's an activity that you like going to, or maybe you're into sports in that town and there's a lot of opportunities to meet people. Whatever the case is, I would try to make a good friend there as well. And I would think about taking up a new hobby. I'm not against watching TV. I'm not against online gaming. All right. I'm not against those things, but that's a lot of what young men do. And I think it would be good on occasion to, rather than do that for 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours a night, or going out every night on the town and getting wasted, okay? Rather than doing all of that, how about finding a hobby? How about finding something that you can really enjoy, and you just do this on the side, and it just allows you some time of solitude, of personal enjoyment, also just a little bit of reflection, just helps you just kind of calm your life down and your soul and your spirit a little bit. I think that would be beneficial too. And then I would also say, just from a self-defense perspective, just make sure your home or your apartment is set and ready to go. And what I mean by that is if you're not a gun person, at the very least, have a baseball bat or have a stick or have some pepper spray or something near the front door, so that if you are faced with an altercation of some sort there, let's hope that never happens, but if it is, you've got at least some type of defense mechanism there that you can protect yourself, okay? Also, from along the lines of protection, make sure every night that you make sure your windows and your doors are locked, okay? Even during the winter. So every day, every night when you go to bed, that's what I do. That's my job at our home. I check the windows and the doors. I make sure they are locked every time. And again, along those same lines, when you first get into your apartment or your condo or the house, wherever you're at, check your fire alarms, check your oxygen sensors, make sure those are working. So there you go. Just a few thoughts, few suggestions. We could always add more, but I just at least wanted to get you thinking in those terms. And again, congratulations if you are out on your own. I look forward to seeing you guys take on this world and make your mark. And until next time, guys, stay strong.
This podcast is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Views and opinions expressed by guests are not necessarily those of the host. Please seek the advice of a trusted adult or qualified professional on matters specific to your needs.